Hello guys, NautoAce here, and this is gonna be part 2 of my thoughts on the Avengers Infinity War spoiler. Spoiler, that's the key word there. This is a spoiler version, so if you have not seen the movie, you're thinking about the movie, if you have not watched it during the weekend yet, click back, don't watch this one. Even the tag is spoiler warning. The description is a spoiler warning. You see the screen is red telling you it's a spoiler. So click back if you have not yet watched the Infinity War. Like I said in my previous video, I highly recommend it if you're a movie fan, Marvel fan, or the Marvel Cinematic Universe fan. I highly recommend it. It's going to be worth your time. So again, this is going to be my spoiler version, my thoughts on the Infinity War. So here's the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so I did say to some extent that you gotta watch the previous movie, especially the end credit, because it kind of gives you a hint about the Infinity Stone and all this setup. So I did mention in my previous video about the end credit for Thor Ragnarok. There's a giant spaceship. You see Thor's spaceship, all the Asgardian, and then there's a giant spaceship. Guess who's owning the giant spaceship? Thanos. So already in the beginning of the movie, it's already some tragic, and it's kind of sad, is that they have, or should I say, most of the people in the ship are dead. You see Heimdall lying down. Loki basically just on his knees, Thor getting beat up. And then there was even a point that they tried to use the Hulk to stop Thanos, but unfortunately that really failed because it's Thanos. So you might say, wait, Thanos, is this really Thanos that strong against the Hulk? Well, the story layout started as he already has one of the stone, and most people did say, because I couldn't really keep up, the costs were different than in the video game. I gotta read on that one, unfortunately, so I'm gonna bear with it. I'm gonna try my best. If it's wrong, then I do apologize. Starting already with the movie, he already has the Power Stone, and the Tesseract, I think it's the Space Stone from what I heard. It's the Space Stone. Kind of see it in the Captain America. So there you go. So first of all, he already has the Power Stone. So people said that's probably the reason why he beat up the Hulk easily. But I think he's stronger than the Hulk. Come on. So of course, Hulk really got, what's the word I'm saying? He got bitch slapped, excuse the language. Like, Hulk's the most powerful guy, and he got beat up by Thanos. And throughout the movie, you're gonna wonder if Hulk ever come back. Spoiler, of course, it's a spoiler version. No, he won't. He's too afraid. Yes, the trailer kind of showed him, but I'll explain it in the end. Which, what they did is they did this called a diversion scene, or a previous scene, I should say, but it's called a diversion scene. The point is to distract you, to divert you to what you think what the movie is. Oh no, it's not. Common thing, same thing in demo also, trailers. I'll explain that later. Hulk gets beat up. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? And then Heimdall saved the Hulk, and then of course you see Heimdall gets killed. Loki trying to kill Thanos, he gets killed. So already in the beginning of the movie, you already see people die. Yes, for people who know about the Infinity War, people will die. That's the thing, people will die. So the only one left is Thor, and you think he died, but spoiler, he didn't. The Guardian of the Galaxy saves him because there was SOS. When they went there, they saw a lot of the Asgardians just floating in space. They saw Thor. Somehow he survived. Then, of course, on Earth at the same time, the Hulk finally got reached to Earth, and he went, basically, he slammed through Doctor Strange's home. And of course, everybody knows Doctor Strange has the Time Stone. If you watch his movie, he kind of used it against Dormammu. So basically, the Hulk, the reason a lot of people knew about what Thanos is because it was the Hulk, it was Bruce Banner. He basically warned people of Earth, this is what Thanos, we need to do something about it. And then even before they get ready, bad guys already there, the children of Thanos already there, one strong guy, there's a psychic, telekinesis, There's a female warrior with a spear. You got one that looks like an elf that uses a Loki staff. I have no idea what their powers. Most people I just recognize as the telekinesis and the big guy. I'll talk about them later. So not even like they prepared. You see, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, they had a team up. He called for Iron Man, team up. They need even, and then the Hulk is there. Then they even have said, "Hey, look, you need to call Captain America." And of course, if you watch Civil War, you know what happened. Captain America and Iron Man are not really seeing eye to eye because of Civil War. That's the story. And so the movie, sadly, you might are they going to team? Are they going to make up? No, because they did say in the previous video there will be 3 groups set up in storyline. There are 3 sort of separate storyline, but it makes sense. So Tony's Iron Man storyline is basically teams up with Spider-Man, teams up with Doctor Strange. Because, well, basically what happened was that the telekinesis guy managed to capture Doctor Strange because of the time stone. Both Spider-Man and Iron Man basically had to go to the ship and then they go in space. Spider-Man tagged along. Of course, he also got the Iron suit. Pretty awesome. It was basically the end of Spider-Man Homecoming. Gotta watch that one. The only one I started watching but I didn't finish it. Shame on me. Again, do you need to watch this movie to watch Infinity War? To some extent, yes, that's a keyword. To some extent, you probably don't need to, but it kind of helps. So at the same time, another group comes is basically Thor and the Guardian of the Galaxy. And then there was some discussion. Thor said, I need to go to the Forge, which is somewhere in space, to build him another hammer or axe. And the spoiler about the axe is based on Thor from the Ultimate Universe. Original Thor has like a hammer. The Ultimate version has a weird combination axe hammer thing. So that's what they're gonna base it on. Thor basically had to go to the Forge. Rocket Raccoon and Groot basically team up with them. Because they think, maybe we can get money. Again, kind of makes sense. But yeah, kind of a little bit bummed that Thor's like his own journey. But he do reunite with some people. And then the bigger group is Captain America / Vision. Because there are parts where Vision and Wanda started with basically they have their own time. They're a couple. Why is that? In the comic, it's a little bit tricky. Wanda used to like Wonder Man, and there was a point when Wonder Man got injured. His mind went to the Vision, so Wanda married the Vision. I really don't know really deep about it, but the gist of it is, yes, Wanda and Vision are married. Yeah. So basically they're trying to elope, they're trying to basically hide. That didn't work because Children of Thanos, the one with the elf and the female warrior, was trying to stop them, and of course they couldn't do it because they're powerful until Falcon, Scarlet Witch, and Captain America basically stepped in. So also I gotta give props to Chris Evans for having a mustache throughout the movie. Hey, so wait a minute, I don't remember Captain America doesn't have a mustache in the comic. Well, yeah, but you probably need another movie. And DC was being an idiot and decided to CG graphic Superman's mouth because Henry Cavill, I forget his name, the guy who plays Superman, had another movie he's doing, Mission Impossible, but his contract he needs to have a beard. They didn't want Superman to have a beard, which I don't know why. It's a movie, not a comic. So they kind of jab on that, no joke. There is a part there when Thor later in the movie, he meets up with Captain America and basically said to Captain America, nice beard. You can't deny it. It is a jab on DC for stupid decision. Okay, moving on. So they said they're trying to figure out how to remove the mines or what's the stone? Mind Stone? Soul? No, I know it's not the Soul Stone. I'll explain it later. Well, I just call it the Yellowstone on the Vision without killing the Vision, but of course, spoiler there, kind of sort of failed. But the lady from Wakanda, T'Challa's brother or sister, had some data on it, but they're trying to. They said she needed more time. Of course, they couldn't because someone infiltrated the Wakanda lab. Because that's one of the battles is on Wakanda, trying to defend from Thanos' army against the Vision. And then, of course, there was a point where Wanda said, "Oh shoot, I need to help." Of course, she whooped ass. Thor finally completing the hammer with the forge, able with Rocket Raccoon and Groot go to Wakanda and stop the bad guy. And another surprise there are some surprise guesses that I'll also talk about later. Again, pretty awesome. The battle scene was awesome. And then, of course, in space at the same time, Tony Stark, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man, they actually made the other half of the Guardian of the Galaxy. Basically, first they fought to some extent, and then they said, "Oh, well, you guys hate Thanos, we hate Thanos." Basically, they said, "Let's team up and stop Thanos." And there was a part with only the Guardian of the Galaxy, basically their time, and it kind of showed that there's a moment with Star-Lord and Gamora. Well, I mean, that's in the comic. And remember, Gamora is Thanos' adopted daughter. There's a part when he had to go back to nowhere, I think they call it. They were the guy, what's his name? Benedict Del Toro. I forget his name. He was in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, but he's a collector. He was holding one of the stone, the reality stone. I can remember that one. But then he found out that it was already too late because Thanos already used the reality stone, blue balled out of the Guardian of the Galaxy, and managed to capture, well, Gamora. And then he's trying to basically, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Well, let's just say make peace with Gamora, but Gamora really hated Thanos, so kind of obvious there. But then one of the plot twists is apparently Gamora knew where one of the stone that was never ever been seen in the movie, and there's a reason why. Gamora knew where the Soul Stone is via map, and she memorized it, and then they sent for the map to basically burn it. The reason why she told Thanos where it is because Thanos also managed to capture Nebula, which also hates Thanos, and Thanos said, "Hey, give me where the Soul Stone is, and I spare your sister," and she did. So they went to the planet called Vormir, that's where the Soul Stone is, and one of the shocker there is, you see the Red Skull. Yes, it's not Hugo Weaving. He was the Red Skull in the first movie, Megatron. He was in Lord of the Rings. He's basically known for as Agent Smith. He's not playing part. He's somebody from Walking Dead. He made a bit part. Basically, he got trapped, and after, if you watch Captain America, he touched a Tesseract. He flew off somewhere, and that's where he ended up in Planet Vormir. Surprisingly, he looks normal, so maybe in the future the Red Skull might come back, but again, time only will tell. This is some of the part that made me really cry. I mean, I've seen people like they were dying, but this one really made me sad because Red Skull told Thanos, in order to get the Soul Stone, you have to sacrifice something that you really cherish. So Gamora at first said, "Well, that's too bad. There's nothing you cherish." And man, I'm sorry to crying about thinking about this one, but I'll go power through. Thanos turned around, had some tears, looking at Gamora, and then, wow, man, dude, I know, like I said, it's putting me in my tears. That's insane, just thinking about it. But anyway, Red Skull told Gamora, the tears is not for him, it's for you. Or, well, someone down the line, and Gamora said, No. So Thanos grabbed her, threw her off the cliff. So of course, you don't see the splat, but you see her on the floor, she's dead. And Thanos got the Soul Stone. And of course, the question you might say is, does Star-Lord knows? Well, the sad part is when Thanos went to Titan, and that's where the first battle with Iron Man's team, they almost had a plan to remove the gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet. Star-Lord kind of messed it up. Well, yeah, cliche, I know, but yeah, when he found out, he got crazy, and then they lost because basically he was there to get the Time Stone. He won because it was basically either Tony Stark or the Time Stone, because there was a point when Doctor Strange was he's using the time stone to see any possible victory. And he said out of the million, there's only one. And apparently this one, the key thing is that Iron Man is part of it, so he can't die. So Doctor Strange said, here's the time stone. I can't do anything about it. So again, and then finally he got like 5 stones. He just needed 1 more stone at that point on. And I mean, the battle was awesome, so I'm going to say that. So in Wakanda, basically Vision, they couldn't because one got infiltrated. And of course, if you ever wonder what happened to the children of Thanos, in the end they got killed. One got sucked out of space, one got hit by the Wakanda shield. And I think the other 2 got mashed by the weird grinding type vehicle thing that Wanda basically used against them. And I'm just going the gist of it there, but so anyway, so there's only 1 stone left. It's the yellow stone. I can't remember what it is. It's so hard because there's 6 of them. But anyway, I'll just call it the yellow stone as of right now. Maybe it's the Mind Stone, or yeah, it could be the Mind Stone. I'm just thinking that may be it. Anyway, Wanda tried to prevent. Well, you think that Wanda prevent Thanos from getting the Mind Stone because he destroyed Vision. She was sad. And then Thanos said, well, the best thing is that you can reverse time because remember, what does he have? The Time Stone, revert back, punched Wanda away, basically took the stone from the Vision, and his Infinity Gauntlet is complete. All 6 stones. And yes, if you're thinking that, no, he's not going to do it, the good guy's always going to win, that he's not going to, no. Like I said, this is the Empire Strikes Back because I'll explain later why. So, again, he got all the stones. Basically, Thor trying to stop him, but apparently the hammer somehow can actually kind of hurt Thanos. And he did wound Thanos in the chest. And he said, what? You should have gone for the head. And it's a Disney movie, like, why would you do it? But that's beside the point. So, the point is that even Thor, with that mighty hammer that can compete against Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, failed. And of course, and again, if you know the Infinity comic, the Infinity War comic, then you know what Thanos did in the end. He snapped his finger. With the snap of the finger, there's a flashlight, Thanos disappeared. Basically, he escaped. And then all suddenly, like he said, I'm going to wipe half of humanity on Earth. Universe to something, but let's just say Earth. Then of course, all suddenly the heroes, and this is where the death count starts to rise. A lot of the popular characters died, and in my theater, because I did watch it like Saturday morning, there were some people who were sad, yeah, that some of them said, oh, no way, that can't be right. Yeah, sucky maybe, but I mean, that's what the Infinity War is, that people have to die. That's the story of the Infinity War. So the names that I can think of that did die, again, spoiler here, of course, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Groot, Scarlet Witch, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Drax, Mantis, and Spider-Man. If I'm missing somebody, I do apologize. But the one with Spider-Man, because he's the youngest of the Avengers, it was sad. I mean, there was memes about this one. And that, because remember, Spider-Man here is a teenager. He's not a college student. He's not a professor, I think, in one of the older ones. He's a college student, not even a college student. He's a high school student. And he said, I don't want to die. I don't feel good. I don't want to die. And again, just thinking about it, making me cry. Like, yeah, there are parts of the movie that made me cry. Gamora's death made me cry. Spider-Man's death made me cry. And I know that, spoiler here, if people don't know, in the Infinity War, there is a rainbow in the end. Because there are characters that's going to basically keyword that will change the tide. But the point really is, and I'll explain that, they do come back. So they do come back. But just seeing it there, the moment kind of make you cry. And it was beautiful, like I said. So in the end, of course, all suddenly sad music. The remaining Avengers, they don't know what to do. And then in the end of the credit, you just see Thanos somewhere. I don't know, it's either a new planet or a different plane, different universe. I don't know. That's down. Credit. And then when you see the title, The Avengers Infinity War, the word Avengers was fade to ashes. That's what happened. A lot of the heroes there faded to ashes. So, kind of made it sad. And again, spoiler here, there's only one end credit. So, if you think, oh, that's enough. No, there isn't. So, in the end, in New York, Maria Hill and Nick Fury saying what's going on. Have you contact Clint? Of course, they couldn't. And before I even continue with Maria Hill and Doctor Strange, not Doctor Strange, excuse me, Nick Fury, what happened to Ant-Man? Well, they said Ant-Man is at house arrest during the events. Of course, July is Ant-Man and Wasp. Nobody knows what the movie is about. Is it after the Infinity War or is it prior to Infinity War? No one knows. I mean, I'm probably not going to watch it. I'm not an Ant-Man fan. But same goes with Clint, Hawkeye. They said he's basically under not really house arrest, but he's hiding somewhere, protecting his family. That's why he wasn't there. Whatever the reason is, hey, again, it works in the storyline to some extent. Maybe he's doing another movie, who knows. But anyway, back to Maria Hill and Nick Fury. All suddenly, they're seeing people like there's chaos in New York. And then, of course, people faded to ashes. Maria Hill became Sash. And then Nick Fury basically before, and yes, he also became Ash, which I don't know why him. He had this weird retro space pager. Yes, if you don't know what a pager is, it's sort of a popular item in the 90s and the early 20s, 2000. Is basically, this is before your cell phone having caller ID. Somebody call you your pager and you call them back using a real phone, a landline, or a paid phone. It's supposed to be cool, but not really. But anyway, for strange reason, he has this weird galactic pager. That's what people call it because it looks so retro and like it has some weird Frankenstein part in it. Called somebody there before he faded away. The pager fell, and then you see a bunch of numbers, a bunch of symbols, and then all suddenly you saw a superhero symbol. I kind of knew who he was because I kind of recognized the SKU and the design. And spoiler is Captain Marvel. Yeah, so a lot of people apparently think, hey, who's that? Like, some people were saying, who's that? I knew it was Captain Marvel. Like I said, I recognized it. But then, so for people who don't know Captain Marvel, she's a superhero, but she's super strong like Superman because she got the power from space. That's technically it. How? Well, that's the movie in March 2019. Again, it's one of those, what do you call it? Not history. The movie about her, which is going to take place in the 90s according to the premise. Because they already, kind of hyped this one out. Yeah, so, I mean, she's one of the most powerful superheroes, let's just say that. I know not so much with Ant-Man and the Wasp, but yes. So that's basically what it means is it could be, of course, you're going to watch her history movie or her origin, that's what I'm looking for. And then May of 2019, the Infinity War Part 2, or Avengers 4, what most people call it. I don't know if it's still part of Phase 4. Is it Phase 4 or is just part of Phase 3? But the thing I know is that she's probably the key in the Infinity War Part 2. I mean, another character, and again, if you watch Volume 2 of The Guardian of the Galaxy, the lady girl, I forgot her name, she basically said the Adam Project, which is Adam Warlock. Maybe she'll make an appearance on Infinity War. Maybe Adam Warlock's going to make an appearance in Infinity War Part 2, who knows. But the key characters, and I'm going to guess if what's going to happen is that the remaining Avenger will team up against Captain Marvel, and she's basically one of the key people that can rival against Thanos. Again, another one could be Adam Warlock, because in the comic also, he's able to use the Infinity Gauntlet, or figures with Adam Warlock with Infinity Gauntlet. We just have to wait and see. It's a year from now. But that's gonna be interesting. So overall, my thoughts about the movie, freaking awesome. Like I said, like the characters' time, it was just right. It was very balanced. There was a moment that made me cry, but for good reason. That's why I understand like the Soul Stone why they never really talked about it, because they were setting after something that's gonna make you cry. Spider-Man basically turning to Ash made me cry because come on, he's young. Spider-Man's young. But again, like if you know about Infinity War, spoiler, they do come back. They do come back. And like I said, the key character I'm thinking about is Captain Marvel and Adam Warlock. If they're gonna do Adam Warlock, maybe they'll integrate the Guardian of the Galaxy. Maybe not. I know there's some report that Adam Warlock's not gonna come out until Volume 3. Maybe there'll be some little changes. We'll just have to wait and see what it is. Maybe Captain Marvel is gonna wield the Infinity Gauntlet. We'll just have to wait and see. So I did mention about some diversion scene there. Yes, in the trailer you see the Hulk fighting against the alien. That didn't really shown there. Another one when Thor said, "Who the heck are you?" and then the Guardian of the Galaxy smiled. Of course, that didn't. It was more to it. They were already like they don't even trust Thor and vice versa. And well, there are other scenes. IGN did like scenes that's not in the movie that was on the trailer. So what's the point of diversion scene? Okay, the rule of trailer is it has to be truthful. It has to basically whatever you show the trailer should be the movie. All right, well, the Hulk was in the movie. I see the Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk was in the movie. They never said he should be in Wakanda. That's just a diversion. Greeting with the Guardian of the Galaxy, thinking, oh, they'll all save the world. Well, they kind of didn't. The point is to divert you, to take your mind off, so basically to prevent spoiler. That's what it is. It's a lying a little bit maybe, but to some extent it's really not lying there because they're still there. That's the whole point. All right, so I give this a 10 out of 10. That's the reason because what I said there really awesome. So with that, thanks for listening.